The following segment is sponsored by Daniel A. White and Associates. It does not necessarily reflect the views of WDEL or Forever Media.
The Rick Jensen Show on 101.7 FM, 1150 AM, WDEL, and streaming to your smart speaker and mobile device.
Well, actually, I've been a client and am a client of Dan White and Associates for many, many, many years. Very, very happy because always have great advice, and I've never lost money in my retirement money that I've invested with these guys. On the phone right now is Andrew Wood. Andrew, another one of the great advisors here at Dan White and Associates. And on Wednesdays, we usually have Dan White or Dan Simon or Andrew Wood calling in with some great tip. Something we need to be thinking about because, Andrew, you guys are always dealing with all the esoteria of retirement planning and the IRS and taxes. And, oh, my God, I'm so glad that someone's doing this because after a while it becomes quite annoying for some of us, and I'm one of them, to actually try to go through all these details and make sure we get things right. For example, what tip do you have for us today?
Sure. So we talk a lot about IRAs, IRA planning, and we often talk about Social Security, how it's complicated, but it does make up a very large percentage of the majority of retirees' income in retirement. So very important to make sure you're getting it right. And I know there have been a lot of changes specifically within the last 7-8 years regarding Social Security, primarily about what we call spousal benefits.
Yeah.
For retirees, and there have been some changes to that law. So what I wanted to go through today is how a divorce could potentially impact your Social Security income.
All right.
All right. So we're talking about divorced survivor as well as spousal benefits. Okay. So as long as you were married for over 10 years and you are currently unmarried, okay, so you're divorced at this point, you may be entitled to receive benefits off of your ex-spouse. And it doesn't matter if your ex-spouse had remarried or not, okay, as long as you are not currently married. So let me go through just basically an example for you if you run into this type of scenario, okay? So if you have an individual who's 62 years old, all right, and that person decided they wanted to go on to Social Security. So at that point, at 62, and they were divorced, they would have the option, whatever would pay more, at 62 it would be about 70% of her own retirement benefits or 32.5% of their ex-spouse's benefits, whatever would be greater. So my point is for those lower income wage earners, they might have the ability to pick up more income from Social Security from their ex-spouse. Make sense?
Okay, I'm following you. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah.
Now, that was the benefit at 62. If that person decides to wait until full retirement age, all right, they would have the ability to receive whatever their own check was or 50% of their spouse's Social Security at full retirement. So
Andrew, not and, but or.
Or, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, it's just one of those things, and this is really designed to help protect any of those spouses that were stay-at-home moms, for example, or they work part-time. It was designed to help protect their income in retirement in the event that they got divorced. Now, on top of that, survivor benefits also would apply. Now, survivor benefit isn't usually half. Usually it's the full amount, depending on how old you are. So your ex passes away. If that happens, make sure you're doing your investigation, you're getting in contact with Social Security, because, again, you may be entitled to receive that survivor benefit should your ex pass away.
All right, so bottom line is if you get more money because you're taking half of your ex's Social Security benefits, then you do that. And then in a couple of years they die, you can apply for survivor benefits and perhaps get even more than you got before.
Absolutely. Yep. As long as, again, you were married for over 10 years. That is a hard we'll say date there. So it
hard
is 10
rule.
years for
it's a hard.
Yeah,
it's hard. So yeah, if you're thinking about getting divorced, you've been married 9 years, stick it out for one more, and
that's right.
maybe you get more money that way. I don't know.
That might be worse. might be worth it.
Harsh and cruel world in which you guys work. Alrighty.
You know, we ask a lot of questions, and I think it's fascinating the responses that I get. You know, people that don't really want to get into their ex and how we just kind of leave them to the side. I don't want to worry about it. Well, the reality is that when it comes to dollars and cents, these provisions were in place to protect you. So we do need to know this type of information if it can help.
So if you're listening, want answers to these awkward questions, you just say, you just call 888-690-8820. It's 888-690-8820. Ask for Andrew and say, hey, Andrew, I'm asking for a friend. Just want to know some details here.
I'm always happy to help.
Asking for a friend. All right, pal. Thanks so much, Andrew Wood, Dan White and Associates. Great advisor. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me, Rick.
All right, take care.